What you're looking at here is a sculpture I did back in, I think, probably 1994, maybe 95. It's a sleeping Deinonychus. It's a sleeping dinosaur. It's basically the raptors. It's an American raptor. They got about usually 10, sometimes 12, 13 feet long. And I just did one doing what predators spend most of their time doing, which is sleeping. And he's leaning his head up against a rotten tree stump. And what I am going to do is I am going to make a latex mold, and that way I can start making copies of it and try to sell that, because I really liked this sculpture. This is actually the second version I did. The first version, his head was in a different position and it got knocked off. So, but this is a Sculpey sculpture, and hand done, hand painted. And one of the first things I'm going to do is thicken the base. I'm going to use clay to add at least another ½ inch to the base, make it sturdier. And there's a lot of parts where it's just clear underneath, like underneath the leg, the arms. So I'm going to fill those in with clay, and under the toes too, so they won't break off as easy and won't take away from the sculpture. And then we'll see how he turns out. Hopefully it'll be pretty good. It's a good 10 inches long, about 4 inches tall. Yeah, it'd be has some slightly different dimensions. And one of the things I have to do is put my signature on it. That's one thing I keep forgetting to do with my sculptures, is put my signature on it before I start making the molds. And it gets irritating, especially when I'm halfway through doing the latex and realizing it. So this is my sleeping Deinonychus, and we'll see how he turns out. Alright, it's been a couple days, and in that time I have used this mold builder, latex mold builder, and brushed on layers of latex. I did 10 layers of latex on this. I spared you the time-lapse video of me doing that. I've done that a few times already. If you're familiar with my videos, you've seen it already. But it takes a few days to do, because it takes a while for the latex, especially the first few layers of the latex, to dry. the fan up here helps. And what I'm going to do now is make a mother mold to help it keep its shape when I pour the medium into the mold. But and I'll be doing that using fiberglass and resin. But before I do that, there's a few places on this that goes underneath, and don't want the mother mold resin going in there because it's not going to be not going to come out very easily, and I don't really want to just drape it over that because this latex isn't really that sturdy. Here's a Egyptian mold I did, and you can see it's durable but flexible. So what I'm going to do is I got this stuff called cloud clay, which got it from the hobby store, and usually comes in 4 colors. And what I do is I mix up the colors so I don't get things screwed up. But it's a really light, doughy type clay, and I mean a lot of it is air. And there's my cat in the background wanting attention. But what I'll do is I'll put this inside anywhere that the mother mold might get caught under. So I'll do it under the chin here, and probably a little bit down here, and don't know if I do there yet or not, but just try to make it as smooth as I can, less irregular. And this stuff air dries. It'll dry in about a day, and it'll shrink slightly, so it'll come off. And then after that, I will do the fiberglass and resin over the top of that. And I'm still learning this stuff. I've done it a couple times, and I'll tell you what, use it in a well-ventilated area because that stuff stinks. And the instructions say to put it in a plastic cup. I learned that is a lie. Go to the dollar store, get you a glass, and use that. And it also sets up pretty quick. You got to do your thing on there pretty fast before it sets up. But yep, that's what I'm going to be doing next, is using this cloud clay into the parts, try to make it as even as I can, and then I'll do a time lapse of that. And after that sets up, I will do the fiberglass mother mold, and then we'll see how that goes. Alright, I got the cloud clay on here, and you see I'm trying to give it as smooth an area as I can, and maybe I'll put a little bit in there, I don't know yet. Try not to have too many big pieces, because even if the cloud clay hardens up, it can break. This stuff will stick to itself real easy too, so if you're using it and it just slightly touches, which helps to hold together, but it can be annoying if you're trying to do separate pieces. But after this stuff hardens up, I will pull the cloud clay off and let it air on the other side, and then I will coat the whole thing in car wax. That's all the latex in car wax. That's a trick my dad taught me. He used to build fiberglass boats, and he said car wax helps it release from the mold. So I'll do that, and then after I coat that, I will put the cloud clay back on, and then I will do the fiberglass and resin on top. I'll do at least 2 layers, maybe 3. And what I'll also do is probably try to make sure there's a flat part here and maybe 2 legs here. I got rolls of paper towel rolls, and these are. I know someone who gets essential oils, and they come in cardboard tubes like these, and she gives them to me to use on my projects. They come in handy quite a bit. So I'll probably cut a couple pieces off that and just stick it on here, and that way it will be level for when I flip it over and pour the medium in, which the medium I use is cement. I've tried using concrete, but there are some structural issues. The concrete can difference between cement and concrete is that concrete has gravel in it, and that's good if you're doing big slabs and all that. It adds strength, but doing little things like this, it can actually cause weak parts in the smaller areas. So, yep, that's might have to put a little bit in there too. It's going in a bit. But yeah, I'm gonna see if I can, when I set it up, see if I can have this cloud clay set into the inside of the mother mold. That way I can just peel the latex part out and not have to worry about setting them in place again, because I've got some bigger ones that it does get tricky doing that. But yep, so next, like I said, I got to give this a day or so to dry, and then I will do the fiberglass. All right,